Jack Valero is the founder of Catholic Voices, a frequent commentator on church affairs. He's joining us live from London. Good to see you again, Mr. Valero. So firstly, your reaction to the new leader of the Roman Catholic Church being chosen just on the second day of the conclave.
This is wonderful. So quick and so united. The cardinals have obviously been speaking to each other for these days between the funeral and now and the conclave, and then in 4 votes they've come to elect somebody with 2/3. You mean 89 votes or more? 89 cardinals or more have voted for someone. We will know in about half an hour. This is very quick and very good for the Church being united. This is the same time it took to elect Benedict XVI, but also John Paul I. After Paul VI died, John Paul I was another Italian. He also was elected in 4 ballots. But Pius XII, who was elected in the 30s, he was elected in 3 ballots. People thought he was a possible pope. But in any case, now we had this situation where we had cardinals from all over the world, thanks to Francis, bringing lots of different perspectives of what it's like to be Catholic in North America, in South America, in Asia, in Africa, in Western Europe, in Eastern Europe, and including countries with very few Catholics. And yet we have been able to choose a leader very quickly, which is wonderful.
And Mr. Valero, there had been a lot of talk. We were even hearing from our correspondent earlier that it might have helped. Of course, we won't know any of this until the next few days, that it, might have helped. The conclave was supposed to begin on Monday, but it began on Wednesday, so that the 133 cardinals who've really come together from all around the world, the most diverse group of cardinal electors there has ever been, that they had these 2 days, following on, of course, from the funeral of Pope Francis, that they had these 2 days of being together before the conclave began.
Well, in fact, it's not just 2 days, it's 9 days, because from the funeral, they had these 9 days of masses and plus 1 more day. So we're really talking about 10 days of talking to each other. Most of them were here for the funeral, not all, but they've had a lot of talk. And in the film Conclave, which is very well known and lots of people have seen it this week, it shows the church divided into progressives and conservatives, into two bands. But that isn't how it is. What it's like is that the cardinals have been giving, during those meetings, a vision of what they think the church needs, and the rest have listened and have said, well, this is the one I like. And then over a very short period of time, they have come together to see the vision of somebody which they agree is what is needed now. Now, we have no idea who that is, but it is wonderful that they have been able to agree, so many of them, on a vision for the church.
And again, agree, despite, as we've been reporting, it being the most diverse group of cardinal electors who
Yes.
Pope Francis, in fact, put in place. He appointed, I think, around 80% of the cardinal electors, the most diverse group. Europe still has the largest number, but it is nonetheless the most diverse group. What do you think that means for a conclave?
Well, I think that's really interesting, because it's not, as I said, it's not a fight between progress and conservatism. It's looking with the Holy Spirit for a vision for the church of the future, what is needed, and to have the perspective of people from all over the world. It's really helpful. So it's really a wonderful thing that Francis has done in bringing cardinals from far-flung countries, including countries which hardly any Catholics, but their perspective has been included in the conclave, and being very diverse. And this is why people were saying, well, it's very diverse, they don't know each other, it's going to take a long time. But in a very short time, they've talked to each other, they've come to a shared vision, and they've chosen a leader. But yes, you're right. This conclave of the 21st century is extremely diverse, and yet the church has got together and seen what is needed and come to a decision pretty quickly.
Jack Valero joining us live from London. I hope that you are going to be staying with us as we continue our extended coverage of the election of the new Pope. Cardinals at the Vatican City, as we've been reporting, have elected a new Pope just in the last hour on the second day of the papal conclave.